Your lungs are screaming. The air is no longer oxygen. It is fire. Behind you, the sound of rhythmic, relentless pounding echoes against the canyon walls. It's not just one predator. It's the sound of the pack. You can smell the wet fur and the hunger in the wind. Your hooves strike the jagged rocks, sending sparks into the twilight. One slip, one stumble. That is all it takes for the story to end. You are not a creature of logic. You are a creature of instinct. Your heart is a drum, beating out a single word. Live, live, live. You push your muscles past the breaking point, feeling the tendons stretch like over-tightened bowstrings. This is not a race for glory. This is the struggle to survive. And in this moment, you realize that the wild doesn't care about your beauty. It only cares if you are fast enough to see tomorrow. You are born into a world of gold and dust on a spring morning that feels too bright for your new eyes. The first thing you smell is the sweet metallic scent of grass and your mother's warm breath. You are a tangled mess of long, shaking limbs and soft fur. Your father, the stallion of the band, stands 20 yards away. He doesn't look at you with affection. He looks at the horizon with a vigilance that borders on paranoia. He is the wall between you and the shadows in the trees. Your mother nudges you, her muzzle firm and demanding. She is telling you the first rule of the plains: stand up. If you cannot stand, you are a liability. If you cannot stand, you are food. You struggle, your hooves sliding on the slick birth membrane, falling again and again. The ground is your first enemy, hard and honest. But finally, you lock your knees. You are 1 hour old, and you have already won your first battle against gravity. You are a part of the herd now, a tiny spark of life in a vast, indifferent wilderness. Level 1, Basic Survival. You are 6 months old, and the world is no longer a playground. It is a map of resources and threats. You have learned the language of the ears. Pinned back means anger, flickering means alertness, forward means curiosity. You watch your mother's every move. You learn that water isn't just a drink, it's a trap. Every time the herd approaches the riverbank, the air grows heavy with a specific kind of silence. You learn to scent the predator before you see it. The musky, heavy odor of a mountain lion lurking in the tall reeds. You learn that the grass near the rocks is sweet, but the rocks provide cover for those who want to kill you. Survival is a game of geometry, always keeping the herd between you and the unknown. You learn to eat quickly and sleep standing up, your brain never truly shutting off. You are learning to read the signs. A shift in the wind isn't just weather, it's a warning. A bird taking flight isn't just nature, it's an alarm. You are no longer just a foal, you are becoming a student of danger. Level 2, Adaptation. You are 2 years old, a yearling with muscles beginning to ripple under your coat, but you are still arrogant. You think the speed in your legs makes you invincible. This is the level where the wild humbles you. It happens during your first true winter. The white death descends on the plains, burying the grass under 3 feet of frozen crust. The hunger is a physical weight, a dull ache in your belly that never leaves. You watch a younger foal, one born late in the season, weakened day by day. You see the wolves circling, waiting for the herd to move on. Your father cannot protect everyone. He makes the brutal choice to lead the healthy ones to the lower valley. You look back and see the foal standing alone in the snow, a small, dark dot against the endless white. You don't cry. Horses don't have tears for grief. You only feel a coldness in your chest that has nothing to do with the wind. You realize then that the herd isn't a family, it's a fortress, and if you fall outside the walls, you are forgotten. You learn to break the ice with your hooves until they bleed, just to find a few yellowed blades of grass. You survive, but you leave your innocence in the snow. Level 3, Dominance. You are 5 years old, and the fire in your blood has become a roar. You are no longer content to follow the tail of the horse in front of you. You are a bachelor now, living on the fringes with other young males, a band of outlaws with nothing to lose and everything to prove. You spend your days sparring, your chests colliding with the sound of a closing tomb. You are refining your weapons, your hooves are hammers, your teeth are shears. You are learning how to fight, not for food, but for the right to continue your bloodline. You feel a new kind of confidence, a mastery over your own frame. You can gallop for miles without breaking a sweat, your rhythm perfectly synchronized with the earth. You are fast, you are strong, and you are starting to realize that the stallion who led you as a foal is getting older. You see the gray around his muzzle. You see the way he favors his left hind leg after a long run. You are the future, and the future is hungry. If you're finding this journey into the wild as intense as the life of a stallion, make sure to join our herd by subscribing. The path only gets steeper from here. Level 4, the peak. You are 8 years old, the king of the ridge. You challenge the old stallion in a battle that lasted until the moon rose. It wasn't like the movies. It was ugly, frantic, and bloody. You tasted iron in your mouth and felt the skin tear on your neck, but you didn't back down. Now, the band is yours. You are the commander of this unit. Every head in the herd turns to you before they drink. Every ear listens for your signal. But with this power comes a weight you never expected. It is the weight of the commander who realizes he is no longer just responsible for himself. When the wildfire sweeps across the prairie, you are the one who stays behind, facing the wall of smoke and heat, making sure the last mare and foal have cleared the canyon. You stand between the wolves and the weak, your body a shield. You understand now why your father never smiled. Leadership is a lonely business. You are at the height of your physical perfection, 1,000 pounds of muscle and instinct, but you sleep less than you ever have. The crown is made of thorns, and every scar on your hide is a story of a threat you turned away. You are the master of the wildlife around you, the apex of your kind, the fall. Time is a predator that no horse can outrun. You are 15 years old. The winters feel longer now, and the dampness of the spring air settles into your joints like rusted iron. You are still the leader, but the young bachelors on the edge of the herd are watching you the way you once watched your father. They see the hitch in your stride. They see you breathing harder after a climb. A younger stallion, a black colt with a chest like a barrel, begins to shadow the herd. He doesn't attack yet. He just waits. He is waiting for you to make a mistake. One day, while crossing a rain-swollen creek, your hoof slips on a mossy stone. A sharp, sickening pop echoes in your leg. The pain is a white-hot needle. You manage to limp to the other side, but the secret is out. You are wounded. The black stallion sees it. The herd smells it. The price of survival is being paid in full. That night, the challenge comes. You fight with everything you have, using experience to compensate for your failing strength, but the earth feels heavier now. He knocks you down, and for the first time in a decade, you don't get back up before he claims the lead. You watch your band follow him into the mist, and not one of them looks back. You are alone. The silence of the plains is different when you are no longer part of the rhythm of the herd. You stand under a sky so full of stars it feels like a physical weight. Your leg is a constant throb of dull agony. You are a ghost, a remnant of a king. You find a small patch of grass near a hidden spring, the same spring where you took your first drink as a foal. You realize that your life wasn't about the battles won or the mares held. It was about the endurance. It was about the sheer, stubborn refusal to let the world break you until the very last moment. You have left your DNA in a dozen foals who are, at this very second, running across the valley floor with the same fire in their blood that you once had. You have done your job. You have fulfilled the contract you signed at birth. The sun begins to rise, painting the world in shades of orange and blood. You feel the coldness starting to creep up from your hooves, a familiar guest. You look out at the vast, beautiful, and terrifying landscape that was your kingdom. You realize that in nature, nobody wins forever. But for one glorious, thundering moment, you were the wind. You close your eyes, and for the first time in your life, you are not afraid of the silence.